Доброе утро. Доброе утро. Ага. Можно здесь завтракать?
Да, пожалуйста.
Отлично. Спасибо. Так, можно мне, пожалуйста, жареные яйца с беконом и сок апельсиновый и кофе с молоком.
Кофе сразу или после еды?
После лучше, да.
Хорошо. Все будет?
Да, это все. Спасибо. Good morning, Internet. 5th of July, Monday morning at 9 o'clock. And I am seated here in a small coffee shop in Latvia in a town called Rezekne. I started my journey on the 1st of July. At 6:30 in the evening, I rode out from Tartu, and I rode to Lake Pilkuse, which is next to the town Otepää, and that is where I stayed my first 2 nights. Really beautiful place. I learned some fishing there. I learned to fly my drone. I was just starting slowly, getting used to life on the road, just camping out, enjoying the nature. On my 3rd day, I rode to Otepää, where I went to get a blessing for my travels. You see, there is an old saying in Estonian that almost every Estonian knows, and it is enne kui välismaale lähed, käi nuustakul ära, which roughly translates into something like before you go abroad, at least go and visit Nuustaku first. And Nuustaku used to be the name of the town Otepää. So I rode into town. I found a dining place, and I went to ask symbolically the waitress there to give me permission to go abroad, you know. And I hope I can recover this video, because yesterday I might have destroyed my previous memory card, but yeah, I kind of startled the young girl, the young waitress. She seemed very confused, but she gave me her permission to go abroad, so I got the blessing of the ancestors to go abroad. And from Otepää I rode to Suur Munamägi, which is the highest hill. You can't really call it a mountain. It's the highest hill in Estonia and also all of the Baltic countries, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. And that is where I summited my first peak, Suur Munamägi watchtower at 318 meters of altitude. And I also invented a new proverb. Since I'm going to climb mountains, I invented a very suitable proverb similar to the last one. Before you go climbing Mount Blanc, go and climb Suur Munamägi first. Suur Munamägi translates into the big egg mountain, something like that. And by the end of my third day, I rode into Latvia. I crossed the border into Latvia, and I wasn't stopped at the border. You know, nobody checked my documents, checked my digital immunization passport of COVID. I just rode across the border. I got a text message that I had to fill out a form online regarding, you know, my COVID status, if I have been immunized or not. I had to fill out my contact information. And yeah, I crossed into Latvia and went to camp next to the town Alūksnes. There was a big lake there, and I rode into this small holiday village. Got a camping place for my tent. I got the shower. So yeah, my first evening in Latvia was very pleasant. And on the fourth day, which was yesterday, I packed my stuff and went sightseeing in Alūksnes. And I also did my first ever street performance on my ukulele. I found this really nice parking lot, which was next to a path where people were coming and going always. You know, there was a lot of crowd there, and it was on the edge of like this really nice park. There was a fountain there, and yeah, I played for like an hour and a half and sang my songs. And the first half an hour nobody gave me any money. I had my little pan placed out by the side of the footpath so people could give me money, but the first half an hour I earned nothing, and I thought like, yeah, I'm just going to, you know, play my songs a bit and nobody is giving me any money. But then a couple arrived on a motorbike, so a couple of bikers, and they were the first to give me my tip for the street performance. They gave me €7 and wished me all the best on my travels. Thank you, lovely motorcycle couple. I will never forget you. They gave me €7 of tip, and from that point onward, people started coming and, you know, giving me more tips. And by the time I had played for an hour and a half, I had earned €17.20, which is amazing. €17 for an hour and a half. I'm not even that good, you know. I'm just a beginner. I sang the On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons and some couple other songs. But yeah, I'm really amazed and really grateful to the people of Alūksnes who gave me my first earnings. And mother, if you are watching this, then I'll be okay. I will earn some good money now. I'm in the music industry, making big bucks, and soon enough I will send you some money myself, so you can buy that big house that you always wanted. So yeah, don't worry, I'm good. And after the street performance, I rode on. I rode southwards to the town Balvi, where I got to do wakeboarding, and that is where I had my little accident. I put the GoPro on my chest and wanted to record the riding, but after the ride the GoPro wasn't filming anymore, and it was giving me this error like the file can't be repaired. So I'm thinking the file got corrupted on the memory card, and perhaps all the rest of the memory card storage is corrupted as well. I have to look into it, Google a bit. I'm hoping I can recover my files from the first 4 and 5 days, but if I can't, then you know, I'll just have to adapt, get a new memory card and move on. So yeah, I did some wakeboarding, and from there I rode even more southwards to the town Rezekne, where I am right now, to camp out. I found a nice place in the nature where where I met this older Latvian fellow. He was about 50 years old, and he was really friendly to me. In fact, he was really friendly towards everyone on the lake, but he seemed kind of suspicious to me, you know. He seemed a bit drunk, and he invited me to go and spend the night at his place, 20 kilometers from outside of Rezekne. But I don't know, I'm just not comfortable, you know, going to other people's homes just yet. So I decided to tent out by the little pond, even though he told me like, you don't want to camp here, there are, you know, drunk men coming here in the middle of the night, you know, you could be in danger. But I decided to camp there nevertheless, and he even came back in the morning to invite me over to his place again to have some soup, because I offered him soup the evening before, and we had soup together. He really liked it. I think he was just, you know, being kind, but you never know. Better careful than sorry, right? But yeah, now I'm in Rezekne. It's day 5, and I will be heading towards Daugavpils, which is on the southern end, which is next to the southern border of Latvia. Maybe I will cross into Lithuania today, but we'll see how the day goes.